What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and I'm here in Hollywood in front of one of the most recognizable buildings in all of LA, the Capitol Records building. Let's get into the history. The Capitol Records building, also known as the Capitol Records Tower, is a 13-story structure on Vine Street in between Yucca and Hollywood. It's known as the world's first circular office building. Construction began after the British music company EMI acquired Capitol Records in 1955. The building's design is based on the graduate school drawings of Lou Nadorf, who was the primary architect, but he designed the first circular office building when he was only 24 years old. Upon first seeing the design, Capitol Records president Glenn Wallach insisted on a rectangular design, but he was actually talked out of it by his lender, who thought that this one would be more appealing. The building was completed in 1956 to house the consolidation of Capitol Records' West Coast operations. It's now home to the recording studios and echo chambers of Capitol Studios. The wide curved awnings over the windows on each story and the tall spike emerging from the top of the building resemble a stack of records on a turntable with the spindle pointing skyward. The resemblance, however, was coincidental, as the original builders wanted to keep the client's identity a secret. The building is known as the house that Nat built due to the vast numbers of records and amount of merchandise that Nat King Cole sold for the company. That said, the first album recorded there was by Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra Canucks' Tone Poems of Color was a hit, and it was on from there as the Beach Boys, Nat King Cole, Paul McCartney, and many more music legends recorded some of the most treasured music in history in this tower. Now, there's a blinking light on top of the tower, and it spells out the word Hollywood in Morse code. This was an idea of Capitol's then-president Alan Livingston, who wanted to advertise Capitol's status as the first record label with a base on the West Coast. It was actually switched on by Layla Morse, the granddaughter of Samuel Morse, who invented Morse code. Now, there's a reason why Vine Street is the only cross street on the Hollywood Walk of Fame where the stars extend beyond Hollywood itself. That's because of the Capitol Records building. John Lennon, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney, well, all the Beatles have their stars right in front of the Capitol Records building. There's also a stunning mural entitled Hollywood Jazz from 1945 to 1972 located on the south wall of the building. It was created by artist Richard Wyatt, and it depicts legendary jazz musicians including Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, and Ella Fitzgerald. Also, special shout out to Ted Van Cleve, who created all of these stunning black and white images that look like this. You can find his work online. As the Capitol Records building approaches its 70th year as an LA icon, it still remains fresh, unique, and memorable. And don't forget, during Christmas time, they have that light up Christmas tree on the roof. All right, LA, it's been a minute.